And sticking in the Stone Creek kitchen this morning with Kirsten Carey from Nourish Restaurant. We've been talking about a raw diet all morning, and it's really kind of the rage right now because it's supposed to be so healthy for you. But here's what we're making, what you're making up this morning. Now, we've seen this in the grocery store. It's called wild rice, but it's really not rice?
No, it's not a grain. It's a grass. It's actually a seed from grass. So you're able to break it down much more easily. In fact, I'm going to show you how you can cook this, or bloom it as it's called, without actually having to use heat.
Okay, what do you mean by that?
All right, well, I'm going to show you what I did.
Okay,
now,
what is this?
This is my dehydrator.
Okay.
Now this actually will make things a little bit hotter. You can go up to like 145 degrees, but we don't use it at more than 118.
Oh, you can control the temperature.
You
back
can.
then. Okay.
So when we heat things, we use that, or we take the water out of it. Look how sealed that is.
Wow.
This is actually rice that I bloomed. What we did with that,
this is all wild rice?
It's all wild. It's exactly what you just showed. It's
really?
Exactly, yep. So what we did, or what I did, is I took that, and 2 days ago, I put some water in this jar, filled it to cover, shook it, and then just let it sit on my counter.
Boy, it takes a long time to make dinner.
Yeah, well, you know, but it doesn't. The funny thing is, if you really break it down, it doesn't take that long at all.
2 days?
Yeah, well,
it
only took me, what, 3 minutes to do that, and then I just left it sit on my counter.
I see
And then I
what
went
you're saying.
back about 8 to 12 hours later, and I dumped the water out, put some more water in it to take out any toxins that may have been in it, let it sit for a little bit more, and then just tossed it in my hydrator to heat it up.
Wow.
Just because I'm a little weird. I don't like things that are totally cold.
Now, why is this good for you?
Okay, so many people have, especially celiacs, have problems with grains. In general, all of them, even not just the glutens.
You mean like digesting them?
Yeah, you can, and it's difficult for most people to digest grains. So what you do here, this is not truly a grain, it's a grass. It's much easier to break down. Because we bloomed it ahead of time, it's easier to break down as well. And then you eat it like a regular rice. I mean, a lot of people, when they go raw, they freak out because they don't have the things that they're used to. They don't feel full. And this is a great transition, a great way around it. Now, all I'm doing is I just chopped up some kale and some spinach. I threw obviously the rice on there. We're going to toss on some shredded carrots.
And you're just kind of making your own little
and
salad
I'm making
dressing.
our own little dressing. It's just a little bit of lime, a little bit of coconut oil, and again, you should be measuring, but we're going to get away with that today because I'm here.
Gosh, everybody's using coconut oil these days.
It's so
versatile, isn't it?
So fabulous. Now, coconut oil, the only challenge with it is if it gets cold, it will get hard.
What's that?
This is just sea salt, and it's Celtic sea salt, which is a little bit better for you. And then we're going to do a little bit of honey. Now, this is raw honey, and you do want raw, and you really want local whenever possible because it'll help you with allergies in the area.
Okay, so the coconut oil is not going to interfere with the whole raw
No, it's already raw.
Oh.
Yep, everything we're using right here is already raw. Now, there's some people that will argue with the rice. It depends on how it was harvested if it's considered raw, because if they used heat, then that was an issue, but this one wasn't.
Okay.
So it was just lime, honey, local honey, and the coconut oil, and a little bit of salt. Now, this is considered a raw diet because everything in there hasn't been cooked above 118 degrees. And then, I don't know if you want to try.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you can see, again, it's already bloomed for you, so it's already opened up, which means your body doesn't have to do all of the work to break it down for you.
Do you have, with raw, is it, you know, like when you're on a diet and they say, you know what, you can just eat all the vegetables you want because they don't really count. Is that kind of what happens with the raw diet?
Yeah.
You just eat and eat
You eat and eat and eat. People say to me all the time, oh, you're so little, you must not eat anything. I eat constantly. I love
you
it.
have a lot of issues. I mean.
Well, I used to. Actually, I still can't have gluten, dairy, or eggs. But with this, I eat pretty much all the stuff I want. I don't have any problems breaking it down. And it helps on a cellular level to make you healthier. So your body actually knows how to make itself healthier if you give it the nutrients it needs.
And, you know, I have to tell you, it tastes really amazing. It's got a little bit of a nutty flavor to it.
Which is what that rice will do.
So when it comes to raw, and you said early juicing, if you're going to juice or do a smoothie, you should do it first thing in the morning.
You're going to do, you want it on an empty stomach because your body, again, it pulls in the nutrients so fast, but it also pulls in sugars really quickly. So you've got to be very careful with your sugars.
Okay.
But this is something you could eat for lunch. You can eat as a side meal. But again, don't go totally raw if it freaks you out.
Yeah.
Just add one meal in a day, and
Baby
that's it.
steps.
Yep, and if it's just a juice in the morning or just a smoothie in the afternoon, that's better than what most people are already doing.
Than nothing. But I also love the fact that, you introduced us to like the smoothie and the juicing earlier. Having some of those tools like a dehydrator, a juicer, and a high-power blender really helps. What are you going to make in the next segment?
Oh, we are making, and people are so excited.
They're so excited.
Yes. They're banana crepes, and they're literally made from just bananas, and you get to roll them up over all this fruit, and we're going to make cashew cream. So again, everything.
Okay, now we're getting into the good stuff that's actually good for you. So we're super excited about that, Susan.